Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Marwan Tomodachi with Mind Over Matter TV, and as you can tell by the title, we're going to try to determine some things. I've noticed a relationship between Japan and the United States, where Japan is usually ahead of the United States in many different areas, specifically technology. And as you know, a heavy focus on technology can result in lack of a focus in the human experience. So I decided to read this article from a Japanese newspaper called the Mainichi, which means every day or the daily. The title of this one is 1/4 of Japan's young adults have no heterosexual experience. Now, before we even begin this, I'm wondering why they focused on heterosexual experience as opposed to, are they having more homosexual experiences? I don't know, but we're going to focus on why the heterosexual experience is experiencing a decline. Tokyo. About 1/4 of people aged 18 to 39 in Japan were estimated to have had no experience of heterosexual intercourse as of 2015. Higher than 20% more than 2 decades ago, a team of Japanese and Swedish researchers said Monday. Researchers at the University of Tokyo and Karolinska Institute said in an article in the British medical journal BMC Public Health that the percentage of people with no such experience rose among men to 25.8% in 2015, from 20% in 1992. And among women to 24.6% from 21.7% based on data from a fertility study conducted by the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research. The researchers said their lack of sexual experience may be involuntary, citing unstable job and income conditions among men as potential reasons behind the trend. The team found around 80% of women and men aged 25 to 39 who reported no experience in a study responded that they wished to get married at some point in their life. The study only covered heterosexual experience, so there was no data on same-sex experience, it said. Further research is needed on the factors contributing to and the potential public health and demographic implications of the high proportion of the Japanese population that remains sexually inexperienced well into adult age, the team said. Japan's total fertility rate stood at 1.43 in 2017, among the lowest in the world, and the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research predicted the Japanese population will fall to 88 million in 2065 from the current 126 million. The proportion grew smaller with age, but among people aged 35 to 39, 9.5% of men and 8.9% of women had no experience, nearly doubling from 1992. Analyzing 2010 data, the team also found that inexperience had a correlation with unemployment, temporary or part-time work, and low income among men between 25 and 39. And the proportion jumped when their annual income fell below 3 million yen, which is 27,000 US dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very interesting situation out there in Japan. As you know, I lived out there for a total of 2 years, even studied law out there. I have conversed with everyone from the homeless out there to elected officials in Tokyo. And I too noticed that many people didn't seem to want to get together. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. I thought it maybe was the cold nature, I guess. It's not exactly the sexiest town. The people aren't exactly the most liberated when it comes to sex. And we understand that the history and what has happened to that nation, in large part thanks to the United States and some of the other enemies that Japan has had over the years. But what do you all think, ladies and gentlemen? Is this tendency, whether it's out of unemployment, temporary or part-time work, that the men may be experiencing, will this trend of no sex, no love be carried on here in the United States? We already have our own situation with high divorce rates, and over in Tokyo, people tend to stay married, if anything, for the kids. Although now, many more women are finding themselves in the workplace, and seems to be an issue of relating to the opposite sex, and I'm finding that very interesting as I see certain signs of it beginning to be exposed here in the States. What do you all think, ladies and gentlemen? This is Marwan Tomodachi. Of course, Tomodachi meaning friend, which is a nickname someone gave me out there in Tokyo, as he said I was very kindly and warmful, like a Tomodachi. Seen? This is your boy Marwan of Mind Over Matter TV, global citizen, keeping my finger on the pulse of all things in the world, especially things that matter, respectfully, relations between men and women. Thank you all for listening. Have a good day.